Yeah, Mafia Magazine Radio.
Hey, what's going on, family? How you doing? This is Infiniti
What's good?
calling in.
Hold on. Let me set you up real quick, all right?
No doubt.
For all my listeners out there, man, I get the opportunity to sit down, man, with an up and coming artist, man. And this cat goes by the name of Infiniti. And we're going to sit down with Infinite for a minute. And he's going to let us know, man, what it takes for him to put his music down. So, Infinite, baby, how the industry treating you these days, son?
Everything is good. Hard work pays off, you know. I love the grind. I love the challenge. First of all, let me say I'm honored and I'm blessed to even be on your show. I appreciate the opportunity.
No doubt, no doubt. So tell everybody, man, where you originally from and actually how long you actually been doing your thing.
Yeah, it's all good. A little bit about me. I'm originally from Seattle, Washington, you know what I'm saying? Home of the Super Bowl champs, Seattle Seahawks. I've been doing my thing, for about 16, 17 years now as far as rapping.
Okay.
And as far as perfecting my cadence and my flow and things of that sort.
Right. So tell us, man, what was your inspiration? I mean, it had to be something or somebody, man, that inspired you. You know what I'm saying? And just give us a little insight, man, on who that was or what it was. You know what I mean? To make you actually want to do the music that you do.
Absolutely. It's my pleasure to give that information away. Well, it started out in high school. Around freshman year, there was Spirit Week, and we all know what that is. You know, Monday is backwards day, Tuesday is wacky day, etc. Friday was Freestyle Friday, and we had a brand new school. They just put it in the lunchroom. It was a huge lunchroom, man, and we started doing a little battling, and I fell in love with it, and actually ended up winning the contest. And so after that, everybody was like, "Man, you should, at least try to pursue it. You're good at it. Keep it up." And I was like, "Okay." I started thinking that, and a buddy of mine I was rapping with. It just linked in from there every day. It was, I wrote this chorus. Check it out. I want you to hear it. And it was, I wrote this verse, write a verse to this and to that. And then after that, I just kind of took off, man, and fell in love with it. And always liked expanding the words, reading. One of my favorite classes was drama in high school, as far as acting. And there was a little rap skit we put behind it. And ever since then, in the years of high school, I just kind of fell in love with music and just wanted to pursue it. I can remember going on road trips and in the back listening to my CD player and listening to various artists from, all over the coast, man. East Coast, Jay-Z, Biggie, Pac, Snoop, Too Short, E40, 8-Ball MJG, Suave House, all these pioneers. And to me, I'm so good with the words that when I was reciting their verse and liking their song so much, I can recite the verse and ad-libs just as good as them. So I'm thinking, why not give it a shot, and try to come up with your own creative words and play with these words a little bit. And I've always loved to read, I always listen to Jadakiss. My man said, I got embarrassed in the class when the teacher used to ask y'all to read. Like me, I was hands up like, yeah, let me try to read this sentence or this paragraph, and just always fell in love with words, man. And music has always been my passion, so I figure why not stick to, a talent God really blessed me for sure, and I may have some action.
Yeah, no doubt. No question about that. So my question to you is, how and where did you develop your style from? I mean, because everybody has a particular style, you know what I'm saying, whether they heard it from somewhere else or something they derived on their own. Give us a little insight on how and what it took for you to develop the style that you actually have making the music that you make.
Absolutely. Well, first of all, I'm a product of my environment.
Mm-hmm.
And with that being said, is the industry, I'm just getting my feet wet, stepping in and trying to make my lane. So I've always admired people who are already in the game or freshly in the game, but, making a buzz and making a name for themselves. And I think I somewhat camouflaged and took a little bit from everybody, which is nothing wrong with it because, like I said, I'm a product of my environment. And when you're coming in from the outside looking in, you got no choice but to see how these cats are doing it and try to rock with it, but put your own little twist on it. So I would do songs and verses, and people would sometimes say, "Oh yeah, that sounds like a Wayne bar," or "That sounds like a Cassidy bar," or "That's a Joel Santana," or a Fabulous, or whatever, you know what I mean, or Eminem bar. You sound kind of a little schizophrenic hyper there, So I would I love Big L too. Shout out to Big L, rest in peace. I always would listen to Big L, his freestyles, and all the old vintage stuff, and just try to metamorphosis and change, my flow into it. And with that being said, I kind of developed that over each session of recording, over each time I step into the booth. And, you sound different. At least that's what I strive to be, is to sound different on each record. You know what I mean? Like brand new. And I'm still molding and critiquing that, but it's me though, and that's the best thing about it. You know, some people when they first hear a new breaking artist, they're like, yeah, he kind of sounds like, and sometimes that can be a good thing for you, and sometimes it can kill you depending on what you're going through.
Right.
You know what I mean? But for me, it was always, yeah, that sounds good. That's you. You know what I mean? And it just sounded like me. And
Right.
one thing about me, some rappers rap on the mic, and then off the mic they talk different. Me, I rap, but off the mic I am like I'm me now. That's what I do. This is me now. Let me talk to you and get in touch with you and let you know what's going on, because I think it plays a part, you know,
Right.
for how smart cats are and how they develop, and it's just always good to, you know, be one person on the mic, and then when you're talking to your fans and the public and the people listening, you be that smart, articulate cat that knows what he's talking about, and can say, okay, yeah, that young man got his head on straight. He might have something going. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no question, baby. That's a great segue into the next question or the next thing I want to ask you about. You know what I'm saying? You've already articulated that you're very quick on your feet. You know what I'm saying? So I want you to tell everybody about the time you was performing and forgot your lyrics.
That's crazy. You know what? And it's like, and I can't be mad at myself, because after every let's say MTV driven or any behind the music scenes, any of those where they give those interviews, almost 80% of everybody who's big or still in the game has done that.
Right.
So I figured it was always just something that played a part as coming up and develop into a rapper. And when that happened, at the time, I used to love freestyling so much, because to me, freestyling is just exercise for the brain.
Right.
You know, it's like jabbing in the gym, working out, throwing your punches, your jabs, your uppercuts. You know, I freestyle because I never want to end a bar the way I did that song or that album or that mixtape. You always want to advance and try to move forward. And so I was pretty good at freestyling and being a quick thinker. So I just, you know, always kept a skeleton verse in there that matched up with the 16 slot. And just, man, wrote that out till the hook came back, and it only happened on the first verse, you know what I mean? But I was like, okay, yeah, this is it's a pattern, so you know, you can't beat yourself up. It happened to all the greats, so this just may be part of your legacy that you're starting. And you know, because everybody gets nervous. I'm still nervous to this day every show. It's a blessing at the same time, you know, but it was just a trip to forget those words, like, oh man, but you held your own, you didn't slip up, nobody knew, you know, you kept your composure, and you gave them what they wanted, you know what I mean? So
no question about. So I've heard you use the term rapper a couple of times. So my question to you is, do you feel like, or does it come through in your music, are you a rapper or you a lyricist? Or even better, are you just an entertainer?
Right. I think all three of those, all of the above. It depends on what we're doing. You know what I mean? If we doing something like, if I was to do something with a Mos Def or a Talib, you know what I mean? It'd be a rapper / lyricist, because those guys are heavy on the wordplay, great poets, not rappers, but great poets. You know what I mean? As far as a lyricist, I'm just all of the above, you know what I mean? Like I try to fulfill the role and play all three positions. You know, some tracks you can't just be a lyricist, because it may be too simple on the hook, and it's too catchy and too simple, and now you just blurting out all these rhymes, and you're kind of going over their head with it. You know what I mean?
Right.
Some songs you got to stay within the range of it, you know. But an entertainer, there's times where you have to do that. It's all about entertainment, you know. And then there's times where I'm just a debater.
Right.
I've heard people say, you don't even sound like you're rapping, you're just talking, like kind of not preaching, but just talking to people. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
yeah, but you're staying with the hook, you're riding the waves, you know what I'm saying? And you just kind of talking to people. So at times it varies though, but most of the time I'm probably a lyricist, because that's what I grew up on, and I listen to, like, I like real lyrics, real stuff. I don't like the jibbery jatter or, you know, went to the bar and went to my car to Dr. Seuss type of raps. I like something that's going to say, rewind that. What did he say? Oh, okay. I love metaphors. I've always loved similes.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I've always tried to keep that at play with what I'm doing with my music.
No question, baby. All right, so let's get to the project, baby. Let's get to the project that you're working on right now. You know what I'm saying? Give us a little insight on what the project is and what it took to actually put it together and create it, and when it's going to be out, and all the above.
Right. The project right now I'm working on is it's real versatile. I don't like to name my project before I even get into it. And the reason why I say that, you know, some cats be like, yeah, let's do this next album, and we gonna call it Trap This or or Ball Till I Die, or so, anytime I do that, then my lyrics and my concepts is stuck on that title. You feel me? So I don't like to name my title until after the project's finished, because for one, I want all the music to be diverse. I don't want it to sound just like all trap star, all in the streets, or you know what I mean? I want it to be different, so which allows me to continue to create different music, you know, because if you're stuck on a certain title, you're going to be stuck on that concept of how to fit it in with that title, you know.
Right.
The project is coming along good, you know what I mean? I'm just wrapping it up and getting ready to put some videos down and get those ready for first quarter, to get ready to flood the gates, but it's just a lot of energy. Like I said, I've always been different, so every song is has got to be a different cadence, you know. I can flip it up and do so many different things, and it could be a pop track slash fast slash club track. You know, it could be something real gritty for the streets.
Right.
I've got some club anthems on there with the ladies. My partner Cavell, who's going to be calling in and giving some more support on this song that Mr. John Jackson himself been loading you guys with, because he's the R&B singer on the hook that's real talented. I got a lot of features from him, so he's blowing on it crazy. Just something to make the people feel good, but also something to be different.
Right.
You know, and that's the hardest part, is to be different in what today is playing. So I take a lot of time out on listening to other artists, up and coming artists, and seeing what their singles is like putting out, and just kind of comparing, you know,
right.
Not really pulling nothing away from it, but comparing to what the sound is, because you got to be relevant, you know, unless it's just that different that it's just that bomb where, you know, it separates itself in a class of its own. But other than that, I'm just cooking up, man, and trying to get these singles ready and things to get this buzz going, you know, because I know it's a long journey, so I'm ready for the fight.
No doubt.
I got the material ready, so I just gotta stay faithful, keep God first, and stay hungry. You know what I mean? Never lose that drive. Still rapping like I'm trying to come up, and I'm always trying to come up.
No question about that.
Never get comfortable. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we kicking it off. We go first quarter. I put you on a little sneak peek. We got this single coming called "Big Booty Strippers."
Okay.
And it is crazy. You know, the title speaks for itself, but it is a crazy jam. You know what I mean? And the women are gonna love it. You know, shout out to all the women out there doing their thing. Right. The fellas is gonna love it. You know, and it's just gonna be a good vibe. Like, I give that energy music.
Right.
I can't sit still. I can't stop moving. So anything for me, dull or lame, it's not really been in my forte. I've always liked to ride the beat and move around and keep people dancing and you know, keep the streets happy at the same time, but just to show that there's a different side to Infiniti. You know, it's not all about cars and clothes and women. You know what I mean? There's other things you could touch on and to make somebody feel that music to hit home towards heart. You know what I mean? So,
no doubt about it. So on this project, are we talking about a mixtape? Are we talking about an album? You know what I'm saying? And just is it either or is it just you just putting out music? I mean, is it an EP? Let us know what we looking at. What we talking about?
It's an EP. We're going to put out the EP and start with that. The album is halfway done, so I'm still cooking up on that. I'm just waiting for some feedback and some responses and which way to see, okay, I put that out and I see how they react, and now let me put this out and go this way and see what they're going to do to it when I give them this. So it's an EP, but I got a lot of material recorded, so I just keep trying to record new material, and then after that, you know, go into the catalog and look at these songs and pull them to the side and then do a listening session and say, okay, this sounds good. This sounds like, you know, we're on the right track. You know, I don't want a bunch of music that's just scattered.
Right.
And really don't take the listener to no direction. So it's an EP, but it's very well put together. It's very well organized and, you know, proper preparation for event poor performance. So if we stay neat and stay organized and shoot at that goal, we might have something.
No question about that. And so, you know, here's one more question. How do you think, or what do you think, how your music is going to be received? I mean, I know you just said you're talking about putting out listening parties, you know what I'm saying, and doing a couple things, but how do you want your music to be received, and how do you think, you know what I'm saying, people are going to kind of bond with the style that you actually putting down when you're doing your music?
Absolutely. I think that plays two ways. One way, it differs. You know, some cats get a different message when they're putting out the music, but you haven't really showed up in front of these people and let them get your aura, let them get your vibe. Right. And that's the other place where it comes in. It'll be positive. I hope it'll be positive when they receive it and hear it. But it's always been a different outlook and a positive outlook that when I show up around people and I get to networking and, hey, how you doing? My name's Infiniti. Okay, well, check this out. And they always receive me as, yeah, he's cool, man. You know, he's somebody I can network with and work with, you know, because that's what it's all about. I've had people where I've sent them a track and, oh yeah, they love it. You know, we go meet up in the lab, and once we meet up in the lab, it's different because now I'm here. This is me. This is you. You know what I'm saying? What's happening? So it always plays out a different effect for the gooder, for the better, excuse me, in my position as far as doing music. So I hope that people receive it and have that feeling like, yeah, he's going to be around for a while. And I've always wanted to network with everybody in the game because you don't know what kind of history you can make by turning down that beat that a local producer may send you, you know what I mean, or a local person coming up doing this thing. I always try to participate in everything because our vibe is different, you know. People would turn down beats. Oh, no, I don't like that. Well, why not? You don't know what you could do with it or how you could sound on it or who could appreciate it. You know what I mean? So I always try to keep everything in effect and just play all four corners. That's it. So,
question. For all my listeners out there, man, y'all got the opportunity to hear it first right here on Mafia Magazine Radio, man. We talking to the Infiniti, man, and he's letting us know, man, what it takes for him to put his music down. Hey, Infiniti, man, I just want to say, man, we appreciate you coming out, man, and spending your time with us. You know what I'm saying? And if there's anything we can do, make sure you send it over here to Mafia Magazine Radio, baby. We definitely are banging for you. You feel me?
But hey, man, no doubt. Absolutely. I appreciate the opportunity. Once again, big shout out to Quad 4 Entertainment, Mr. John Jackson doing his thing.
No question.
We got something going, good chemistry. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate y'all once again for having me, and I definitely will be sending y'all some emails of something y'all can play on your show, or if you would like to play, you know what I mean? There's some new material or something like that from Infiniti, and keep the callers updated.
No doubt,
I appreciate everybody for listening. Thank you, and God bless you.
No doubt, baby. Hey, let me just say this to you, man. May you prosper in everything that you do, man, and may you be blessed in all that you do. You heard what I'm saying?
Amen. I appreciate that. Vice versa.
No doubt, baby. Peace.